All right, welcome back to Exponential Conversations with Javon and Sheri. And good to be here. Good morning.
Good morning. Good workout.
Great workout.
Good workout. Yeah. Neither one of us wanted to do it today.
That's true. But you inspired me looking like a red velvet cake with a whole bunch of icing.
With some icing. Motivation.
Hey, so man, we're glad to be here. And one of the things we're going to talk about today is, I'm going to say it, but I'm going to let you say it how you say it.
Okay.
So basically, one of the keys to a great marriage is communication. We've all heard that 1,000 times. But you say,
the key is communication without ego.
That just pinched.
Without ego.
That just pinched all my little side, like right there in the kidney.
Yeah, because you can communicate, but you ain't listening. You just trying to make your point. You don't have any vulnerability. So communication without ego.
So I have a very vulnerable question. Be nice, I'm sensitive. When you met me, how much ego did I have?
On a scale of what to what?
I don't know. I'm scared to ask. 1 to 2. 1 to 10.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much ego did you have?
Yeah, how much ego did I
50.
have?
50.
I was that bad?
Yes. Yeah. You was all ego. But here's the thing. You were ego, but you always had the gift of communicating.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So when we communicated, there wasn't any ego.
Okay.
But you had this ego about you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what helped is, you genuinely, and you still do, you really are able to communicate without ego effectively.
Okay.
The brother had a big ego. What Beyonce say? Ego? I can't sing, which I know the song.
So, all right, so from that, we 18 years in, 15 years of marriage. And it's funny because, just the other day we was just talking about how, just getting through these last couple of months, just talking, we've really just had some great conversations. We've had some times where, there were some arguments or disagreements, but the outcome was different, how we approached it different,
And what's interesting, we've never really argued.
True.
In the sense of what most people define as argument.
Mm-hmm.
We just have different viewpoints and we have disagreements, but we never really argue.
Okay.
But to your point, during COVID, it's like we've had some real thought-provoking conversations.
Mm-hmm.
That has allowed us to even expand the different viewpoint or vantage points that we may have,
Okay.
right? So that's been good because it was like we had so much downtime,
Right.
where we went from the living room to the bedroom to the bedroom to the kitchen, and that was a weekend excursion.
But you know what? Yeah, I learned real early though. There's no point in, like you said, we never really had arguments. But I learned very early there's no point of arguing with you because no matter if I'm right, I'm always wrong.
Pretty
and
much.
when I'm wrong.
Pretty much.
And even if when I try to get the last word by getting that point in, it's not going to happen because you're going to always come back and make sure.
I got to get that last point in because what I'm saying is right.
Any brothers out there with me, I'm just asking if anybody out there feel my pain.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that the point gets across. But you know what I will say with the individuals that I've coached and I've worked with, when I highlight that communication without ego, even though we're talking about marriage, it's really true of every relationship.
Right.
Like work relationships, your kids, when you're, you definitely had those moments with Dynasty and Dominique where it was like it's my way or the highway.
Mm-hmm.
So it minimized, limited, and even hindered the communication because of that ego of how we were raised. And we were both raised that way. A child's place is to sit down, be quiet, don't talk.
Be seen, not heard.
Not heard. So that communication without ego applies to every relationship.
Yeah.
How many good friendships have ended because they came to a point where they disagreed, but both of them had ego. And there they are years later, missing that friend but don't even know why they're not talking anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But their ego still won't let them just go say, hey, man, I don't even know why we were mad at each other, but let's just, end it here. Again, the ego.
I will say, and you're right, because it's across all relationships. Because I have a couple of people that, I'm gonna keep this thing PG-13, really PG. That once I made the decision that I just kind of wanted to just really squash the ego and just live in a place of humility, it was like, man, God just started hitting me with these different people that were in my life, that whenever a conversation comes up, it just, everything that's in me, I'm just ready to go off. Like, I don't have anything good to say about them. And I hate that. I hate the fact that stronghold, I would say, that has, I don't want anybody to have that type of, grip on me, and that's what I don't like. So I just had to, I have one in particular I have to reach out to, but that's whole nother subject.
Podcast, whole nother conversation.
Right.
I'm figuring it out, right? Whole
Right.
nother conversation. But guys, hey, we just wanted to have another exponential conversation. Oh, you know what? Our daughter told us to do something we didn't do.
But here's the thing. Oh, right. So we're learning. Our oldest, who is our
media production coordinator.
Media production coordinator, got her on payroll. And she advised us. So we'll work on that on the next one. But until then, make sure that you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button down on our YouTube page, and you can always go over and follow Sheri Riley on Instagram at Sheri Riley. Man, it's been great. Come and see you guys again. Stay tuned for the next Exponential Conversation.